Davidson builds towards the future with draft pick haul for years to come. Blackhawks lead league with 6 first-round picks, 29 overall picks in next 3 drafts. As the trade deadline came to an end on Friday, Blackhawks general manager Kyle Davidson and his team capped off a busy week by making multiple trades to acquire 7 picks in the next 4 drafts, plus 9 new players for the roster. Blackhawks and prospect. While trading a franchise icon in Patrick Kane and a scorer in Max Domi aren't the easiest moves to make, Davidson felt the returns they received will only help make Chicago's future brighter. It's been very busy, very hectic, and a lot of different things flying around in various scenarios, Davidson said. But in the end, when I look back on it now, we didn't have the busiest day today, so we've had a little time to reflect and really happy with what we've accomplished. Going into their next 3 drafts, the Blackhawks have amassed 6 first-round draft picks from now through the 2025 NHL entry draft, the most of any team in the league. As it currently stands, Chicago holds 29 picks over the next 3 drafts, in addition to the 11 picks they made last season to rebuild the future of the original 6 team. By getting mostly draft picks in exchange for their trades, Davidson knew it was important to have multiple draft picks in upcoming drafts to help spread the wave of potential talent they could acquire. With a strong near-term focus on the 2023 and 2024 drafts, the team hopes to also use the 2025 and 2026 picks as assets, by draft or trade, to acquire top talent to fill gaps in the roster of players that are already in the game. Blackhawks system. I think we're in a good place to curate and create our own pool of prospects that we're really proud of, said Davidson. And then over time we can see where we might need some help and fill in some gaps. We can do that through negotiations of what could potentially be on a roster, what could be in a pool of prospects, or through startup capital we've accumulated. Entering his first year as the Blackhawks head coach, Luke Richardson has trusted Davidson since he joined the team based on open conversations during the hiring process about the direction the team is heading. While he doesn't like to use terms like rebuild as a coach, Richardson knew the team would go through changes, but he also wanted to see his team succeed with the players he is developing. After being announced as head coach in June, Richardson watched as Davidson and the scouting team entered the 2022 draft with no first-round picks. The first-year coach began to take heart as he watched Davidson acquire 3 first-round picks before the end of day 1. I had a chance to meet with them and watch them go through that process last year, before the draft, with no first-round picks, and the next day I'm sitting at the table twiddling my thumbs thinking I'm not doing anything. They had 3, Richardson said. So they traded and got 3 picks, and I really liked the 3 guys, who we got in the first round, at development camp. So for me, that's 100% faith in the system that's happening here and the direction it's going. With just over 3 months until the 2023 draft, Davidson's next focus will be what the team brings to the next draft table. After a scouting team overhaul last summer that helped select prospects like Kevin Korchinski, Frank Nazar, and Sam Rinzel, Davidson knows the next few future picks could start the rebuilding journey. That's how we see this thing being built through the draft and utilizing the capital that we've accumulated, especially in the next draft, said Davidson. So let's see how that plays out and where our picks land and what kind of players we can bring in and what positions, and then we'll go from there. With negotiations heavily focused on acquiring draft picks to bolster the potential pool, the team is now looking to recreate a similar success to the perennial championship contender built with the selections of Jonathan Toews and Kane. Really, we know what it takes in this league to build a championship team, and that's how they've done it in the past, said Richardson. Jonathan and Patrick were part of that and now, they are trying to do it again.